Let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Lejo Jose. Mr. Jose is a professional driving sales and operations at Kaiterra India, a frontrunner in indoor air quality monitoring. Holding the WELL AP accreditation, Mr. Jose brings a rich expertise to his role within Kaiterra. With a comprehensive grasp of IAQ technology, industry regulation, and evolving market dynamics, he tailors solutions that precisely meet the diverse needs of clients. At its current capacity, Lejo strategically executes sales strategies which significantly contribute to bolstering revenue streams and augmenting market presence for Criteria. Today, Mr. Jose will share his insights on workplace IAQ strategy and defining success. So, please welcome Mr. Lejo Jose.
So, I am Lejo and I handle sales for Kaiterra India. We at Kaiterra help clients monitor, manage, and then ultimately improve the air quality. I believe that's how we are different to our competitors. We at Kaiterra don't give you just a piece of device and which gives you a bunch of data, and we leave you to make sense of it. With our air quality monitors, along with our software, you will be able to uh, understand what exactly is happening in your facility and take corrective actions to improve the air quality. So we've worked with a lot of clients to show measurable improvements in their air quality with our hardware and software solutions. However, today I'm not here to talk about our monitors. If you want to know more, you can definitely connect with me later. I want to talk about the challenges that we see people facing with IAQ monitoring and in getting the most out of it. And I'll wrap up with a quick overview of a project that we've worked on. So everyone understands the importance of air quality. And I would like to thank Vikas for mentioning a lot of points that makes it a lot easier for me to dwell upon. So so we hear uh, from clients in India and abroad that employees are expecting clean air when they come to office. More and more clients are exploring how all buildings can be designed with cleaner indoor environments. So this is what I'll be talking on today. So workplace strategy is a hot topic, and many of you here on the call will be bigger experts on the topic than I am. However, I would like to talk specifically to the optimizing of workplace through IAQ strategy. So workplace is a tool to allow people to work at their peak, at their best performance. And indoor air quality plays a fundamental role in that. We've had many sessions with talking to workplace leaders around the world to understand how we can help them make most of their air quality towards productive work environments. And we've realized that we shouldn't just be showing data on indoor air quality parameters, not just saying that your total volatile organic compound is 382 parts per billion. Like it's just a number, which arbitrary number that the monitor is showing, like what do they use from that. So it's about transferring that towards impact on occupants. We have many people talking about the importance of IAQ, but the commitment to actually doing something and measuring the air and then using the data to take steps to improve the health of the building is something else. And honestly, we don't see enough companies doing it. And quite often we realize that many buildings and people getting into the healthy buildings and monitoring IAQ space, they don't really realize how much they can do with it. And because of this, they don't even set strong success parameters for themselves. So this is the first step. And it's easy. Like the first step is you need data. Going from having nothing to having some data is simple. You just slap a sensor on the wall and walk away. But you can't do much with that. Now, having sensor data and making sense of it and being able to take action, that is a lot more harder. And this is the next step. And this is where a lot of solutions out there in the market fail. And those projects haven't really delivered as much as they could. And the fundamental reason for that is because there is so much data that most people don't know what to do with it. the reality is that most sensor solutions involve someone slapping a sensor on monitor on the wall and calling it a day. So I'd like to spend a few minutes taking you through a real life example, just to give an understanding of how much one can achieve. So we have a client who has more than 1,000 devices, 1,000 IAQ monitors in 5 pilot projects across different cities. So that's 16 million data points generated daily and 6 billion data points in a year. Now, to give you context, if you printed out all these 6 billion data points, like data rows, you would have a stack of paper that would be taller than the Mount Everest. So how does humanly one make sense of all this data is the major challenge. So one of the answer is you can use a regular dashboard, like most people use, and here's what it would look like if you had just one device. It's pretty readable. But the problem is when you have more than one device across more than one building, how would you make sense of all the data? Now here's the same customer, and this is just the graph of one parameter, CO2 from 80 devices or rooms would look like. So I doubt if someone could make sense of it. Now it gets even more interesting. Like if you have hundreds of devices, it can start looking like this chaos, like a piece of abstract art that no one can make sense of. So you need to have a software that is able to take all these billions of data points and contextualize it with the built environment. Now, with our software, for this particular client project that I was talking about, took into consideration the floor map, space design, ventilation design, and also incorporated third-party data sources such as outdoor air and data from other sensors. And we try to give them some tangible results. So we took their data, benchmarked it against performance standards, and here you can see a high-level view of how the buildings are, and clearly see that how each one of them is performing. And then you can dive into the buildings and see how each space type is performing, with highlights of what issues they might have with CO2, temperature, or humidity. And then once you've figured that out, you can then dive deeper into each space type. Like here we are deep diving into the client's phone rooms and see how it is performing compared to the last review cycle. Now, after we've done all this, we are able to take all this information and dig deeper into what could have been going on in the building and identify the root cause. And also, for a little gratification for the building manager, we also have a before and after option so that they can see how the changes have yielded results. Now, with all this activity that we did with the client, there were some key results that were obtained. So data showed that HVAC schedule could be optimized for energy savings. And when we took action on it, it resulted in 32% reduction in HVAC runtime. And there were some mechanical equipments that needed maintenance, which were identified, and taking action on it resulted in average CO2 levels decreasing by 67%. And this were only after the fan coil units that were identified were maintained. And the most interesting observation or action that we took was optimization opportunities that didn't involve mechanical equipment changes. So here in this particular slide, you can see we just observed the phone rooms and we just pasted a notice on the door saying that, please leave the door open when the room is not in use. And it was pretty effective. The average CO2 levels decreased by 38% after the signage was implemented. So these were the key results that were obtained from this entire activity. 67 20% improvement on CO2 levels in the targeted rooms, 20 extra hours of excellent air per room per month, and 32% less HVAC runtime, leading to energy savings. So this is where I would like to leave all of you with, that all these results were just achieved by analyzing and getting actionable insights from the data that was already present, available with the customer, that were being recorded by the IAQ monitors. Now, what happens most of the times is workplace strategy only delves into buying IAQ monitors and just slapping them on the wall and saying that, we are monitoring IAQ, or we know what our indoor air quality is. But the workplace strategy around IAQ is much more than that, and you can generate a lot more outcomes, results, tangible outcomes from analyzing the data from that. So you definitely need to put in a lot of effort into analysis and deduction of actionable insights. So that's it from me. Thank you.